Hi, I'm Kate Mingson, a canoe guide at Wild Women Expeditions, and I'm here today at Slate Falls in the Lower Madawaska Provincial Park to share some tips and tricks about portaging your gear. My top 3 tips for portaging your gear on a canoe trip include wear a sturdy pair of shoes, be organized with your gear, and take your time. Our goal is to ensure that we get you, your canoe, and your gear across the Portage Trail safely while maintaining good canoe tripper etiquette, particularly along a busy route. When you arrive at the trailhead, if the landing spot is busy, wait offshore until some space frees up. Then carefully get out of your canoe and unload your gear to one location away from the landing area and away from the Portage Trail. Next, move your canoe out of the water and out of the way in case another party lands while you're portaging your gear across the trail. If this is your first time at the Portage Trail, we suggest bringing a load of gear across so that you can see clearly all of the potential hazards on the trail. Roots, rocks, down trees, narrow bends in the trail with trees on either side. We typically start with a food barrel on our first trip across for 2 reasons. We like to get 1 heavy load out of the way, and 2, a canoe sits more comfortably if we carry our flat, wide canoe pack than a taller food barrel. Take some water on this first trip so that you can have some sips when you get to the end. When you get to the other side of the trail, start another staging area of gear, again off to the side and out of the way. Your other option, if you're working with a particularly long portage, is to bring your gear roughly halfway across the trail, then head back for the rest. Once back at the start, check for anyone in your group struggling to get a canoe on their shoulders or a pack on their back and lend a hand. If I'm the last one in our group, I tend to sweep our area for any left behind gear. You can too. Throw on a canoe pack, get some assistance in getting a canoe on your shoulders if you want some help, and then take your time heading across the trail the second time. Be aware of all those hazards you identified on the first trip across. When you reach the end, enlist a little help to get the canoe off your shoulders. Share high fives for a successful portage, drink some water, maybe have a snack, load up your canoes, and be on your way. I'm Kate Mingson of Wild Women Expeditions. Today we learned some tips and tricks for managing your gear across the Portage Trail. You can check Wild Women out at wildwomenexpeditions.com.
Learn more paddling skills at paddlingmagazine.com. Watch The Canoe, an award-winning film that tells the story of Canada's connection to water and how Ontario is enriching the lives of those who paddle there. Visit CanadianCanoeCulture.ca.